Okay, go ahead.
All right. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the South County Senior Center Board of Oversight. I think we have, all three members are here. One is on the Zoom, although I don't see his window anymore on the Zoom.
He's here.
Yeah, but I think he's here.
Hold on.
Mm, mm,
To show.
Participants.
Well, 'cause sometimes it has hide the non
Oh, hide the ones that are, that's okay.
show. There we go. All right, there we go.
Okay, oh, and good, we've got Craig Warner as well.
Yeah.
And locally we have Carol and Mary Ann are also here. So great, I think our main item here, I don't actually have the agenda
It's
in
just
front
the
of me,
budget.
although I will find it. It's really just all about the budget today.
Yes.
And I believe, and Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, that we're gonna talk about the budget, requesting the funds we need for 112 Amherst Road to be our new home. And that's gonna be part of the discussion but our numbers are gonna be bigger than last year on account of that.
Yeah, they went up. About 9%. Let me just pull this up. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna get this to.
Okay.
Screen. And we're gonna go to 290. Okay. Can everyone out in Zoom land see what I'm doing? Dan?
Yeah.
Can you see where we're at?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure. Are we? I don't think you can have ones, I don't think copies are good. It's plugged in. Okay, this is working.
Yeah,
Okay, so I only pulled the data pertaining to this. I know that I was asked to do a little bit, to take it without and go back to like our standard budget without this place, but right now I only have time to get this stuff.
right,
And since we're going in front of
yeah,
Finance Committee on Monday in Deerfield,
Yeah.
I prioritized
Yeah.
this particular budget.
and that particular. Sorry, that meeting on Monday,
Yes.
is that one of the regular, we're gonna comb through your budget things, or is that a special meeting for
No,
us to
it's-
talk about?
It's a special meeting for us to do our presentation to talk about the location,
Yeah.
so it's not our standard budget meeting.
Yeah.
We asked to go in front of
Yeah.
the board to
Okay,
be
yeah.
able to.
Okay, just wanna make that
Yep.
clear for everybody who's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I think it's important. Oh, sorry, we've got some more people in the waiting room. Okay. Sorry, a couple more people here. So, where we're at now, just to go through. So last year, at the end of the fiscal year in 2025, moving into this fiscal year 2026, we thought we would have $18,000 moving forward. There were a couple things that changed at the end of fiscal year last year, where we moved some of the salary dollar amounts over from 290 to 291. And it was because some of those were supposed to be covered under grants for programming, so but unfortunately, when we received the invoices from the vendors, it was post our grant deadline where all the money had to be spent.
Mhm.
So some of that went towards there. And we also haven't had a change because our outreach coordinator, transportation person who was coordinating with the PBTA for their original Amherst community or Bangs Community Center to the Bay State Franklin route, temporary route. The route was extended without really consulting to us.
Oh,
So they increased it to 10 hours a day. Chris tried that and it was too much physically, and then having him out of the office was a lot.
Yeah.
So we decided to no longer participate with that. However, we are still partnering with the PBTA for the MedRide program. So some salary is going to be coming from the PBTA instead of the benefits, and right now it's about $1,175 through the beginning of December. So while we are definitely beyond that $18,000, we were able to carry forward $982. That's not reflected on here because this is what was voted on. This isn't
Yeah.
actual. So we then had on 291, which I'll show in another minute, we actually carried forward $5,774. So, you know,
Okay.
it's obviously about $13,000 difference or $12,000 difference. But we're also looking at other ways to potentially make it up with an additional grant that we currently have through Mass in Motion. But I don't think we're going to hit that. So we're looking at reducing expenditures for our gas maintenance for the vehicle and the hopefully the newsletter, and then miscellaneous programs, and you know, certain things where we can cut. Other areas obviously we cannot. So we're working on that. We were able to reduce our Comcast invoice because they had gone up quite a lot. We negotiated a lower cost per month because we had gone up almost $100 a month. Then it was like, this isn't working. So, but to get back to fiscal 27, you know, let's just pretend all of the data is accurate for fiscal 26, which is the current year we're working in. The town of Deerfield Personnel Board voted for 1% COLA. The Deerfield Select Board voted for a 2% COLA, so the 2%
Yeah.
COLA prevailed.
Out there.
Well,
What, Dan? Oh,
somebody else.
so,
We didn't vote the 2% yet, but we wanted people to plan for at least.
Plan for it.
okay,
2%.
sorry, the information I
that's
got
okay.
was
Yes,
two
that's fine.
percent, so thank
Yep,
you for
That
clarifying.
is, yep. It's
Um,
for planning.
So with the 2% and then the regular step increase of 2.5%, it's an annual increase of 4.5% for personnel. With that increase of salary comes a small increase with retirement as well as Medicare. And we all are aware that our health insurance premiums for all of the towns have gone up. So we haven't gotten an invoice for fiscal 26, which will probably go up. So our, I don't know how that's being paid for because it's obviously past our budgets for individual departments.
Yeah.
So, the town, treasurer collector, sent me over a ballpark number because they don't have solid data right now. That
For
another
27.
20%, yes. So we were looking at around $12,000 for insurance, and there's only one staff person who requires health insurance. So, you know, it's not as big of a bump as it could have been, but it's
Can you remind
still,
me, which of the 2 pages are we on?
so we're on
This one.
Yeah,
the two,
Yeah,
yep,
this one.
Okay.
yes, thank you. So,
Okay. Yeah, the 20, that's what Whately's budgeting for, a 20% increase, even though we
Yeah.
haven't heard back yet what it's gonna be, and I bet Sunderland the same.
yeah, so this way here, we're at least, you know, we have a buffer and hopefully we're okay where we are. That may not be the case, but
So-
this is where I.
Yeah, their estimates at this.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the state's well aware that every municipality is struggling with health insurance costs at this point in time. Retirement, or excuse me, life insurance for the group life or the, the life insurance figure, it's gonna go up about the same, so I estimated up to $200.
Okay.
The employee benefits of the retirement, I used the 24.6% formula that was provided to me in the past. I don't think they have increased that percentage. If it is increased, you know, I'm sure I will get informed from the town accountant and so such staff later. Medicare is based on 1.45%, which is a federal level number. And the administrative overhead, I do not know if they plan on increasing. I don't have that figure as of today, so I put in the same number we had last year. But if you look back at historical data, they've gone up slightly, but at the same time, that's because we added a lot more to their jobs. where we're
Yeah,
kind of
with-
taking away at this point.
Right, okay. And then just so people who are listening know, this is the amount of our budget that goes back to the town of Deerfield for the services they provide in terms of, accounting and,
Yeah.
because they're our host, they're paying us. tax,
Yeah,
they're-
our fiduciary.
Right, so they're the fiduciary.
Also where I have the program and outreach salaries at the top here. Those are just part of their salary, it's not the total amount.
Yeah.
The other is
Because-
covered on the formula fund grant that we get from the state, from
Yeah.
291 is what it is, which is the horizontal
Yeah,
paperwork that you have.
Okay.
Dan, it's the email that says, or the attachment that's fund 291. So that is there. I did not calculate the data for 291 for this year because we were fluctuating some things, so not everything is 100% for the categories, but it's the dollar amount with the carry forward
Yeah.
of what we had at the end of last fiscal year.
okay,
Okay.
Cause right now your 291 is the same as last year, but you're not sure, like, cause usually this is funded by the money that we get from the state, right?
Yes, but
and that's the per pupil, so to
Well,
speak.
this number here, so total appropriated should be a little higher because that 5774 is a negative, like we had that much to move forward. So we actually are spending around 51,000 and something
Mhm.
because of that 5,774. But I was having an issue with that and
Okay.
So I wanted
still
to
have
make
some
sure.
budgeting.
yeah, so that column in 26 is not fixed.
Okay.
27 is correct.
27 is correct,
27 is correct.
okay, and that's the amount of money we're gonna get. from
Yep,
the state.
so Mass Council on Aging, which we pay a membership fee to belong to. Has done a lot of advocacy to lobby the state for $16 per older adult. So
Okay.
they did not ask for an increase in that dollar amount this fiscal year because they
Okay.
know about all the, how everything's very
Yeah.
tight and limited, and then some of the other funds are getting cut, so
Right.
they felt it prudent to stay
Keep it.
status quo,
Yeah.
so we are
So
getting the
increase.
$16.
Okay.
I don't foresee the state cutting that amount,
Right,
but so we're hoping it
That's not- yeah.
stabilizes at 16.
Okay,
okay, and that's the 4832.
Yeah,
Mhm.
48,432, but we're,
48,432.
yeah, but I don't have that on the screen for viewers at home. We're
Yeah.
still on 290, which is the operations budget that the three towns pay into.
Okay,
So if we move down to maintenance category. $1,300. I checked with my senior center. They do not see an increase coming for next fiscal year.
okay,
For the $1,600 for software security IT laptops. I hope not to utilize that money, but like this year, there was an accident with my laptop, which it cost around $800 to fix the screen.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
there's all sorts of
Yeah,
things
that's-
that come up that are accidents.
Yeah.
Other money listed in here has changed from previous years. This is all based on the potential space at 112 Amherst Road as a new senior center.
okay,
So on site, and I got some of this information from the current from the owner based on previous tenant information. I also went up a little higher on certain figures. So $600, that's based on around $50 a month if we need to put liquid propane into the generator, emergency generator that's on site. That was
Okay.
based on what they had previously.
okay,
Then I have $42,000 on the electrical piece. The mean average was around $2,500, but with the cost of everything and not knowing where we're gonna be at, I ballparked for $3,500 a month. Because we
Okay.
don't know what we're looking at for heat, because it's all electric for heat and for cooling. Because it is a really well insulated building and all of those things, the cost could be on a higher level. I'd rather have it higher and spend less.
yeah, yeah, but electricity rates are
Going up,
are going up,
Deliveries,
we're on
yeah.
municipal, we're on the municipal aggregation.
Yes.
Which is good, that means we're getting the lowest rate that's, I'd say,
Available.
really available.
but delivery
around-
costs.
But so, it doesn't, it doesn't change the delivery cost.
And those are usually double what you pay at home, so I can only imagine what this bill is for this larger facility. So for janitorial, you'll see the large bump. I got a quote from the current cleaning company we utilize. This is having 2 cleaners in for 6 hours a week. Because the
Okay.
space here is 1,700 square feet, over there is over 12,000.
So 12 man hours, so to speak?
No, 6 man hours a
6
week,
man hours,
yes,
okay.
so, hopefully, they do this space, do an hour and a half a week for here.
Okay.
So that would be up to 6 hours, 2 people doing 3 hours worth of work, but.
Okay, all right.
So, that's where we're charged with that, obviously, we can maybe check. Water and sewer. Now, I do not know what the water and sewer rates are there, I do know that the owner of the property, Delta Sand and Gravel, will be paying for the taxes associated with that. But I do not know what the water and sewer rate are,
Okay,
at that location. I'm gonna be reaching out to the town of Sunderland, I assume it's public
Right.
record.
and here we have, here, that's
Yes.
included in the rent. But
Here it's
there,
included in the rent.
water and sewer are not included in the rent.
To my knowledge, at this point in time, it is not.
Okay,
So,
we should double check that, it might be
Yeah.
that sewer would be included.
Are we allowed to ask any members of the public on this, or
Not
can we
yet.
wait?
Yeah,
We can, let's wait, let's wait, yeah.
Okay, repairs and parts, while maintenance and things like that are included, there could be something small, like a light bulb, we gotta replace light bulbs.
Yeah.
While everything functions long-term, you never know what you're gonna need to repair. I
Yeah.
lowballed it at 500, I'm wondering if we should put it at 1,000, but, if I have to cut from something else, I cut from something else. The next line item, we will not be paying for snow removal or landscaping at that 112 Amherst Road.
Uh-huh.
However, I added an item called building security instead of
Yeah.
adding a line to the spreadsheet. This week, Joyce and I did a walkthrough with with a company that was referred, by, Chief Demetropoulos in Sunderland of who the town works with, or who they work with anyway, for multiple projects and, I had them come out and do an estimate. There's currently, keypads and key fob centers located throughout the building. So after we did a walkthrough to determine what would be the best, we determined it would be better to keep, a certain number of keypads, a certain number of key fob locations, and then adding a app to my phone, so that way if delivery personnel or other people need to get into the building, I could disengage it remotely. And then we would also have 3 security cameras. I think we agreed on 3.
At the entrance.
Yeah, to cover all of the entryways with cameras. And the main number is gonna go into capital. It was for the alarm, and the access was for like the investment was $8,709.16.
Uh-huh,
And then $5,321.21 for cameras. And then that's to install. So
Yeah,
that's
the cameras,
5,321 plus 87.99 plus 16. So $14,030.37 total for changing all of the things there. That would be a capital request. And then
okay,
annually, it would be $1,439 a year to
okay.
maintain that for monitoring, et cetera.
Okay, so this only, this reflects just the ongoing part.
Yes.
Which is appropriate for this budget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gas, maintenance, et cetera. I bumped it up by $500 because now we have 2 vehicles to maintain. If a tire goes, if something else needs to be replaced, excuse me, before we move on to that, any other questions about the other expenses that have increased? Regarding that before we get down below, obviously the rent
The rent
for the
is-
monthly
yeah.
rent is down lower.
Yeah, I think
Um,
when we present this, it would
yes.
be really good if we could insert a line there and put snow removal landscaping on one and building security on a different one. Because I
Okay.
think it'll make it just a lot more clear that, oh, building and landscaping goes away, but building security gets
Yes.
added on.
So I get this spreadsheet from Deerfield. I can ask them
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah,
Because they tell me not to insert, so,
yeah.
Just tell.
So tell them we
insert
need
more
a,
lines. I need a few more lines, not a
Right.
problem.
yeah, unless there's a line somewhere else we could reuse, but I don't see one under
No,
maintenance.
well, the problem with reusing is that it went
Yeah.
to something else
Right.
before and you wanna show that. That's why I left the snow removal landscaping when I added the building security. Okay, so the next part is the gas maintenance, et cetera, for vehicle repairs and maintenance. I bumped it up to $4,500. Just in case
Yeah.
anything major to vehicles to maintain.
Yeah. Is there any of the vehicle maintenance that's, that is like PVTA's responsibility? 'Cause there's,
Well, we're not, so that lease has not come back to me yet.
Oh, I
We're
see.
doing that, so
okay,
we are not currently utilizing a PVTA vehicle at this time. We are
Okay.
only using the 2026 Ford Phoenix that we got through a grant. As well as the 2011 Econovan.
okay, great, thanks.
Yep, no problem. Dan, any questions on that?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Newsletter. So I bumped it up because there's the potential for the post office to go up again in postage.
Mhm.
And also other costs are a little more expensive. My thought on this is for those who need to get the newsletter tangibly. I'm gonna request a donation to maybe help offset that cost, so that might help reduce that expenditure. Or I stopped sending newsletters to people who hadn't been here in a
Yeah, I
while,
just think.
and I got phone calls from people
Well,
complaining.
They could
So-
just make a phone call and come and get it, or, I don't know, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking like, if we need to.
If we
We're
need to cut,
expecting
I
to
can
do
cut.
stuff, yeah, exactly, I mean, that might, well, just put a star next to this
Okay.
one to
Yeah.
come back and think about it. like,
Yeah,
If
Yeah,
they
how-
want a center, or do
yeah.
they want a newsletter?
right.
Yeah, how many do we make?
Oh,
Do we don't use a imprint permit or anything like that?
no, well, we get a discount through, oh wait, sorry, you don't wanna see it on this one. We get a discount through the town of Deerfield with their
Yeah.
mailing, so it's
So
it's like $1.40 something per
Yeah.
thing. I just don't know if you can see if I pull this up on.
Right, yeah, don't worry about that. No, I'm just thinking with, like with the scoop. There's certain things that are, maybe, different enough that it wouldn't carry over, but. Let's see, for 750. Copies. And my printing cost is, the printing cost is gonna be, but my. Postage cost is about, is a little more than $200, call it $225. Times 4, so that's like 1,100 per year plus a $250 or $300 call, so 1,400 per year for 750 for the postage part of it. And how many do you mail out? How many?
We are now at 300.
300.
The other,
Right?
I'm sorry,
We
we do that every other month, so 6 times a year. We
so
do
6 times a
300.
year, so 300 times.
And it's usually over it's over one
Right.
full first and then the other, so we can talk about
Yeah.
that minutia later.
Let's consider it.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, there's also some things about that I wanted to share. The
Yeah.
Building South County Communities nonprofit has their official nonprofit status from the IRS.
Oh.
They have a website up now, buildingsouthcountycommunities.org. If you Google Building South County Communities, it'll come up. If you go to directly the website on Google, it doesn't pull because it's still a new site. So one of the things that they have talked about doing is to do fundraising and maybe get ads to put in a newsletter to do it where it would remove that cost from us.
Yeah.
But I'm putting that in the budget and I'm
Yeah,
totally happy to
was-
reduce the cost, but it's just to
Yeah.
show where we're.
Well, we can have that discussion. I think
Later.
ads are a possible way to go.
Yeah.
I can tell you for the scoop, we do it fairly cheaply. It's $100 per year worth of ads, and the ads are the size of a
Business card.
business card.
Mhm.
If you're going 6 times, maybe you can charge 150 because it's going, our scoop only does that 4 times.
Mhm.
So,
Yep,
And-
they'll look over all of that, and the really great thing about that is that's something that we don't have to worry about. They're trying to raise money to help offset costs for us to be at a new center, hopefully up to $500,000. And then, to support our programs in
Yeah.
addition, so that's their main purpose.
Yeah.
But they're going to be, when we talk about community forums after, because that's
yeah, okay,
the next
No,
item
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
agenda.
no, if they bring that up, then we have something to talk
Yeah.
about, right?
Staff mileage reimbursement, we're usually probably under $400, but right now we're traveling all over the place and sometimes people need to get reimbursed for their gas.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's less expensive to reimburse them for mileage than it is to pay for the gallon of gas in a big rig that doesn't, has more.
Right.
Right. Miscellaneous program costs, I bumped it up to 4, but I'm happy to put it down to 3, and I can do that now for 3,000 instead of $4,000. It was just, I wasn't sure, sometimes we have different costs that come up. And I left the movement class in there, because I felt, the seniors have really advocated for it, we had it passed this last year. And they're still paying a small fee to
Yeah.
help with that, so I really felt it was important to keep that there. Moving down, obviously, we don't need the line item for program space because we're going into unconsolidated space. It would be around, $168,000. Based on the ballpark information we received from Delta Sand and Gravel. For the rent.
Yeah.
And
That's,
it was just under $14,000 a month. I bumped it up to 14, just to have a round number.
okay.
As we move down, we will not have any carry forward funds. Moving into the next fiscal year. Also, you will notice on the left-hand side of the screen,
So
some-
why does it say 18,000 if there's no carry forward?
that's the previous year, we're in the yellow year.
Oh, okay,
That's 27.
okay, so 0,
Yes, so 0, that's why there's a line.
okay,
So as you look at the far left-hand column, it now reflects the IMA and information regarding percentages. Just so you all know, I have the original agreement, Sunderland and Deerfield have signed, I'm dropping it off to Wheatley to sign
okay,
officially. But everybody's voted on it.
Yeah.
Sunderland now pays 28% for percentage of the ops budget, Whately pays 18% and Deerfield pays 54%. The reason being is we had voted in the past to increase this based on federal 2020 census data that was consistent
Yeah.
going back 30 years or so. And it also levels up to where our current usage is as well. So with these numbers, our budget goes up about 108%, 108.7%, 0.07%. And if you look at the years, I don't know why this just go away. So in the past, and I'll just do this quick sum. TSK, I don't know who that is, so I'm not entering that in. Do we know who that is? TSK,
is there a way to ask them? I think we have to let the public in,
okay,
but we don't have to let them have access to.
I don't think I have, oh no, that's gonna be. Probably town administrator, I don't know, got it,
Oh,
TSK, I don't know who that is, but
SPK would be Pete.
okay.
Ready.
I don't have time for that right now,
Okay.
but I think I'm the only person
We'll have a
sharing.
show.
No,
Yeah, I think you're, I mean,
You're leaving with sharing with her.
right. I think that, yeah, if you're not allowed to share.
all right, so that goes to show increase, Sunderland's portion went up $70,799. Whately's going up $26,508, and Deerfield is going up $132,740.
Not yet.
Yeah.
If this passes based on this budget, hey Debbie Downer. Well, that is why.
And where's the 108%
Percent right here,
increase?
that's the
Okay.
Oh, it's
percentage.
not on our sheet.
Yeah, cause down
Well, I'm sorry,
below,
it's in doubt.
cause down below, there's a percentage change that said 125.22.
Mhm.
Hold on.
Over last year's.
Well, I don't know what the 108 then, that's one of the columns they gave in here.
Yeah.
Well, I also don't have total expended, so. Just gonna go with this and see.
Then so you'll.
That way. I'll come up with the percentage accurately when I get this, but right now I don't have that.
Right, cause I think over
Yeah.
here it still says.
But it's essentially doubling our budget
Mhm.
Yes,
at this point.
and we knew that that was gonna happen.
And that's about what we thought.
So let's just go with. Yeah, so. Alright, so it's percentage increase calculator, let's just do this, I do this all the time.
Hmm.
So we went from 212. 865 last year to. We look at this,
Mhm.
442, 912. It's 108.072 percentage increase on the total dollar amount. It's just down below because we don't have a total amount expended. So if I, like, I don't have a total here, so let's just go with. 106,433, because you can't, if we're going to zero.
But the 125 is basically, they're saying the difference between the
Yeah.
243K and 106K. And that calculation comes out to 125, 128.75, it says actually. It's changing.
Well, that's based on Deerfield's percentage increase, not the total overall increase. That's what you're looking at.
Oh. So,
So if you're looking
Yeah.
at
so
106.
I'm looking at this one right here.
Or-
724 is this one, which is total appropriated. You're saying that that's only for Deerfield.
Okay, so
That's
this
Deerfield.
number is Deerfield.
Yeah.
This is Deerfield, 106,433.
Okay.
This is,
Oh, okay.
this
Because
is total.
Because this is a sheet provided by Deerfield, that's why.
Yes.
That bottom.
It's that bottom part.
Yes,
Got it.
Yeah.
so it's a Deerfield
Okay.
increase of 124.
Every year I learn something new when we go
Yeah.
through this budget. Thank you.
That's it. That's why we do
Okay.
this together.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity for us to ask questions, for the community to ask questions. That's why we're talking about
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
And that's really important. So it's all about being informed and being transparent.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just Deerfield's percentage that went up that much.
Yeah.
So, because when you break 108% out by the
Right.
percentages there.
And I think the reason Whately's is smaller here is because our percentage went down from 25 to 18.
Correct,
And that's driving that, so our.
yes. So your
overall
percentage went down quite a bit. Comparatively, but I think it's important to note that, it's, and I can put these here, so this is an increase of 25% here. Sorry. So if we go from 53 to 16. To the final number 79,724. So Whately's is only going up 49.81% comparatively because of the decrease in the annual allotment through the IMA agreement that was currently voted on. For starting in fiscal 27 by the select boards. And then Sunderland's goes up 133% because of the increase.
Yeah.
In the annual IMA,
Yeah.
then the increase based on
Yeah, they both Deerfield and Sunderland went up by a few percent in the split,
yes,
and then that's why there's,
so it went up it went up 130%,
138,
and then 3%.
yeah,
Because of the 28% change. What are you looking at, 138?
that was the increase for Sunderland.
I got 133.04 from the previous year. Alright, we did this wrong. No, I got the right numbers.
I can't see, so you probably do.
That's okay. Do you need more lights?
No, I
This
just
is
need better
probably-
eyeballs. If you have better eyeballs, I'd be good.
I got new glasses now,
Mm.
thanks to my wonderful
I
vision
need like
insurance.
magnifying.
Sound like my
I
dad.
bought my my phone, but then I need a light.
I'm trying to remember. Zero, yeah, it went up 133% for Sutherland.
Okay,
Um,
what is their number before? Was it 53?
it was
something?
53
Oh,
to 15.
Yep.
And then it, because of the 3% increase in the annual IMA agreement, plus the increase of 130%, why is theirs going up so much here?
Because they dropped. I mean, they took on all the things that Waverly left.
No, we
No,
picked up
they-
4%,
Deerfield picked up 4%.
and Sunderland picked up 3%.
But that was 3%,
Yeah.
but compared to 25, which is what they went from 25 to 28.
28%.
So that's
Yeah, that's why
a
it's,
relative increase that's bigger
yeah,
than going from 50 to
Right.
54.
okay. So. Now, taking that 442.9, or I'm not gonna get into the weeds of
Yeah.
the annual tax breakdown yet, because I'm still working on that behind the scenes for the community
Yeah.
forums information, but my concern at this point is just to make sure that everyone has the information. I think that we should have a discussion as to, where we can make cuts. Because, like I shared about the
Newsletter.
newsletter potential,
Yeah,
but one thing, that wasn't in there was like our copying fees, like what we're paying, to Karen for the toner,
yeah,
shipping and then the copies. And then I've been keeping office supplies down this fiscal year because I knew we were gonna be short.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to look at ways to, to cut additional expenses. But moving forward, the janitorial, we're gonna have 7 bathrooms to clean. That's gonna be too much. I mean, like, we struggle with
Yeah.
cleaning one bathroom every half hour here. So janitorial stuff is gonna be difficult. Now, IT laptops, I could potentially bump it to $1,000 and knock $600 off but I don't know what the costs are gonna be, because with all the tariffs, anything coming from overseas is more expensive.
right.
And we all know that all the stuff that makes up a computer is gonna be more expensive.
Yeah.
And just so you know, for capital funding, we met with Lexington Group yesterday to go through, because the price point would be based on how everything is, plus around a $3,000 delivery fee or unloading setup, all of
We're
that.
talking capital for
Yeah,
this year.
that's what I'm,
Yeah.
so I didn't wanna put this in this, or talk about that right here.
Oh,
So. I don't know where if I cut miscellaneous expenses, that doesn't give me any buffer.
yeah,
None of it. really
And-
does.
Yeah,
and
So-
that's all so much smaller.
I know. So do you,
But I mean, I think any nominal change that we can offer to make would be, it'd be seen in a good light.
plus we don't know how much, per se, the building South County communities could raise, that could help offset the capital request.
Do we have any clue what the capital request is? Yeah.
Capital request is basically going to be chairs and some tables, and bookcases.
In Dunbar.
In the
Sorry,
security
no, I
stuff.
don't and then the two items that
Security
you have,
stuff.
security stuff.
Yeah.
So, let me get you more
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable telling you a dollar amount right
Alright.
now.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, you've got partial, you gave us an
Yes,
estimate on the security,
the
but you don't have the
security stuff
estimates for
I have,
for
and the
chairs.
chairs, because we're able to utilize, repurpose some furniture we have here.
Yep,
Or furniture that is being offered to us.
yeah,
So we really don't need to,
it's not
to
a-
furnish offices.
yeah.
Or to furnish a lot. We will definitely need more bookcases. We will definitely need 8 chairs or 8 tables for the downstairs area. And then some other places. But I don't foresee it being multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
We got a donation, a nice TV here, we have another one here.
Talk to the loan at Wayfair and see if they have anything left over.
Can you what? I can understand.
We should talk to the loan at Wayfair and see if they have anything left over, because they do a lot of.
Who's that?
The old Rule Tool building, that's Wayfair, they distribute a lot of things, and I wonder if they might
that
have
was-
any. Yeah, but a lot of Wayfair comes through there, I
didn't
think,
Well, I think that furniture there was
Yeah,
donated. for
that's
that.
what I mean, I wonder if they
Yeah.
might have bookshelves or anything that
Yeah.
was like, oh, misorders, or hey, shut up.
Well, the great thing about having the 501(c)(3)s, they can ask on our
Right.
behalf where we don't have
Right.
to,
Exactly.
violate any
Mhm.
laws
Right.
regarding donations or.
Yeah,
things.
we should
Yeah.
really look at
So,
that stuff, it's gonna be the hard part of this whole thing is that it's not a capital expenditure that we can get, exclude, and push out. This is all coming out of our budget, which is at a year that we're getting whacked. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at Frontiers,
yeah,
it's
I
like
read that.
$1,000,000, right?
Yeah,
So how do
so the
we?
good news is we're not asking for $1,000,000,
We are not, but we are all
We are-
piling on the same.
but we
year.
are asking
So,
for,
and it's not our fault, it's
Right.
just the way that everything worked out.
yeah, all right, yeah, that'll be our motto. Our increase isn't $1,000,000,
No, our increase is.
about 100, yeah,
200,000,
so
sorry.
yeah, it's about 200,000.
About $200,000 more than what we're, but one of the things I think is really important to talk about is this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is not
This
going
is-
to happen again.
Yeah, we can put it off 1 year. That
Right,
would work.
no, that's not yeah.
That's not enough.
It's the issue is just the hard part of trying to find this amount of money to plug into our budget. When,
understand.
you just don't ever have that kind of money in a budget. With capital, you could go, okay, we're gonna debt exclude it, it doesn't come out of
Yeah.
our budget.
Or we
That's the
can,
hard
or if you've got rainy day funds. or
Right,
you've got-
exactly, you can pull it from,
Capital.
we're gonna pull it
Yeah.
from, capital. Or
What's that- what's that?
stabilization or
Stabilization,
something like
yeah.
that, whereas this, it comes out of. It's
Well,
like
no, this-
Greenfield trying to build a fire
Yeah.
station
Right.
and a
Right.
library on the
This
budget.
can't come out, none of this can come out of capital stabilization,
The capital stuff could,
but yeah,
yes.
that's-
But
yeah, you're right, the
the
operating
annual
Yeah.
Well,
thing is the hard part. That, we always knew that was gonna be the hard part because it's just not something that you
can
could.
we take out a loan for that?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, it's just gotta be,
'Cause we're not-
it's gotta
Because it's
cut
operating.
from
We're not-
other, you gotta cut from other departments to put it here.
Yeah.
Cause we can only go up 2.5, so you gotta just find that money.
Yeah.
Or we do an override. And we move all the budgets up. Which I've been asking for a long time, but everyone's
Yeah.
like, don't talk about that. I'm like, this is the year I'm up for election, this is the year to do it, right?
Right.
Vote me out if you don't want it, but I don't know.
yeah,
I just feel like it's time to reset, we need to roll schems into our. Budget and stop paying for it out of free cash, we need to do, we just, everything, insurance is going through the roof, there needs to be a reset, we have. Since I've been there for 10 years, we have cut the budget every year to provide the same service. We've done some different stuff here and there, but. Most of the things we have done, we've gotten grants and stuff for, but we have not had an increase. I mean, people's taxes go up, no doubt about that, as their value of the house goes up. We have lowered our taxes the last 4 years. Except for last year, we went up 20 cents, but we just
The
haven't.
rate.
Yeah, the rate, tax rate, yeah, so we haven't really. Raised, the amount of money it takes to run a town in. probably 20 years. I don't know when the last time any of our towns did an override. Sunderland probably has because of school budgets and stuff, but
Well, 06 was the last time Whately
is that right?
had an
06?
override.
Yeah,
But we've got I mean, the question is not just, we can go up 2.5% in any given year,
Mhm.
because the levy limit might actually go up by more than 2.5%, will depend on growth.
Right.
So there's
exactly.
it's a little bit more complicated.
It
but,
is,
the last time we were up against the levy limit was 2006.
okay,
And since then, gradually over time, we've gotten that a little cushion, but
yeah.
that cushion could go away. It's not,
Yeah, because of these insurances and everything.
yeah.
It could just disappear,
That
so it's a struggle.
I totally understand, as
But you
people
know,
may know, I live in Deerfield, I pay
Yeah.
taxes, I
Yeah.
saw the sewer bill, I pay all
Yeah.
these things. And, I think
This
the
is what
biggest
everyone's asked for
issue
years.
is people say, well, we're not gonna support this because we want something for the seniors. Well, here's your chance to
Mhm.
vote for something for the seniors.
Yeah.
People have been waiting.
They have
I've heard
patience.
40 years.
Yes.
Even talking with other people in 1978, that's
Mhm.
almost 50 years, 48 years. And while I understand taxes, the tax goes up on everybody's house based on the assessment, the market
Yeah.
rate and things like that. I mean, I don't know if the community knows that we're trying to help seniors and veterans with the tax work-off programs in both Whately and in Deerfield. Sunderland already has an existing program.
Yep.
So there are some things that we're trying to help, because we're not looking to make an issue for people, but at the same time, people aren't getting the value for what they're paying for, because we
Yeah.
are running all over the community.
Yep.
People get the wrong, we have the wrong location sometimes, the
Yeah.
wrong times.
Yeah.
Place.
Right,
So there's so many factors, and we're hoping that people will come to the community forums.
Yep.
Yeah.
To learn more
I
about
guess
that.
it completely depends on people's willingness to come to meetings and learn about it and really see what a bargain
Yeah.
this is. And we've also got to present it that way, because I get it, this is
What's the
honestly,
other
it's a
choice?
bargain
Yeah.
compared to any of our other choices. It is a bargain.
Yes,
And that's we know that from all the other pieces of information we've gotten
Yep.
from all kinds of other places.
Yeah.
So,
and I think the biggest factor is going to be, if we don't do this, what are we looking at?
yeah.
What are we looking at for a senior center?
There isn't, I don't know.
There is no
No,
other option.
There's, some would say 8 Conway Street,
Yes, but that's
and that-
still
that's
another,
still a
that's
question mark.
way more money than this.
How many,
Yeah.
yeah,
Did they ever come back from EDM, like what a bare minimum rental would be for that?
I don't know.
'Cause I
I've
know-
not asked,
I know
but-
6 million, because there's only two, maybe 3 bathrooms in that whole space. And if you're
Yeah.
at 10,000 square feet, and then not everything's conducive, because you really have to renovate those offices to meet,
There's a,
and then
They-
fix,
but
and then fix whatever.
everyone
other-
says, oh, why not just go to the church?
because it's not big enough.
I know,
So, yeah.
I know, there's just,
And then
there's some
yeah,
education
right.
that needs to go around
That-
why
right.
that is not.
Then
Sure,
we're-
you can go have a bingo dinner there, you can go do a lot of things in that space that you can do, but you cannot run a full-time senior center out of that space.
No.
But it is available and will be available if the seniors wanna do something, or if the veterans wanna do something, or if there wants to be a community meal, or whatever they wanna. There can be an option for that, but it's not conducive for parking, for all the other reasons. It's just not enough space to do a full-time senior center.
Can I ask something while you're talking on that?
Oh,
line?
sure, go ahead, speak up loud, because I can't hear very well.
With this open forum, are you gonna compare the 112 building, the positive part of it, to all the other sites that you have looked at that didn't
Yeah.
work out?
Yeah, well, our plan is to start with what we have. Then compare that to what would be the ideal situation, which we know we can't afford.
Mhm.
Then talk about 112, which is in my opinion, our best option
Mhm.
at the moment, which is a compromise from ideal.
Correct.
It's not perfect. But there's
It's so
that,
much
and
better.
then, another option that keeps coming up are the church and 8 Conway Street. And those we would put on as well as, and just be bluntly
Realistic.
honest about the timeline
Yeah,
for those and the space. That's like, what a compromise you'd have to make on space
yeah,
for the church.
From people, I have friends in South Deerfield,
Yeah,
and they keep saying that the two options in Deerfield are gonna be free. I
no,
don't know where they get
Never.
free from.
never gonna be free.
Say
right,
that to the camera.
Yeah.
Never gonna be free. Nothing
Yeah.
in this world is free.
yeah, it's, South County EMS does not get free rent.
Right, exactly.
And their building was donated,
The
wasn't it?
building is
Correct.
donated, but they don't get free, I mean, Sunderland and Whately pay into a fund
Yep,
for, upkeep
and
of the
Deerfield
building.
does too. Yep,
And, yeah,
we
so
all
it's
do.
not,
Yeah,
it's not free. And I know one person at least who has come to this meeting and said that Deerfield has never charged a penny for the South County Senior Center to be in their buildings. I was like, oh, John, this is the first time I've heard of that.
yeah,
Because, and I will take your word to the Deerfield Board of Selectmen.
yeah.
It's not been free rent. Cause it shouldn't be, right?
The
It
building
shouldn't be, the building
was
itself
at the
will cost
time
money.
because, but that was because it was just a vacant place and it was falling down around us.
Yep,
But,
and
but
we
that's
decided that our seniors are worth
more than
that.
that.
Yes. Go for it.
They just call him a name over here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, that work is going on in the background and you do not wanna see the spreadsheet I have. The pro
I
con
do.
list
we.
Oh, sure, I'll share it with you.
We've been working on them and,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
yours.
and yeah, it's got too much detail.
Who cares?
But so we have to simplify it for a presentation,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, we've worked on that. And
that's awesome.
I mean, we would have to, I think the things that are really important to people are, one, cost.
Yeah.
Two, I think the amount of space
Mhm.
we have, because that will correlate with what programs we can have.
Mhm.
The thing that's important to me and the staff, and I hope the users will appreciate the efficient use of staff time, because that is a big expense in
It is.
our budget, and it's worth it to have good people. I think
Mhm.
that's absolutely worth putting money into good people.
Yeah.
That, those three to me are the top three, and then there'll be other things like central location, well, yeah, they're all central enough. Are they on a bus? Yeah, the
Mhm.
bus will come and pick you up. There's a whole lot of things that are probably less, like second tier of importance to people. But I think, can we afford it? What are we getting for that,
Mhm.
in terms of space and maybe in terms of, like what we could do programming wise that we can't do now? And that really has everything to do with staff efficiency.
Right.
That you can, if you've got a space that's yours, that you can dedicate to an exercise class, then you can book it twice in a row. And then the people who come early, there's other things for them to do, other places to hang out.
Yeah.
On the 2 walkthroughs that I went on, but I was really pleasantly, maybe not surprised, but I thought it was a really nice thing. There were something like 50 people there.
Mhm.
2 people needed to use the elevator,
Oh, wow.
and that was it. People were like, oh, they're fine with going up one flight of
They're
stairs.
very easy stairs.
And they're easy stairs,
Yeah,
they're
safe.
wide, it was easy to grip up. If you need both sides, you can easily grip on both sides.
Mhm.
The surface is really wonderful.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
great build.
There's, so I mean, I didn't want to go into that much detail on my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But there are people have legitimate questions, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we have to address those, and
Yeah.
that's where the community forums come in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're gonna talk about that
So,
next.
yeah,
But, so let's just talk about the budget for a minute. I
Okay,
mean,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
know where we are
yeah,
with this. What I wanna ask you is, obviously, we're not voting tonight on this because we have.
Right.
and Dan, please share with Sunderland, we're sorry, but as I emailed Becky before, we're not gonna be able to, well, we didn't meet that December 14th deadline because there's just no way. We've got too many variables. So the next goal is, do you still want me to do the breakdown without this?
We're gonna need to if it
I
doesn't
think-
happen.
I think people, those finance committees will want to see it side by side.
Yeah,
Okay,
So it can be really clear how much more you're paying, and then as well, how much more you're getting.
yes,
Because our costs, some of these costs are going up that are unrelated to moving.
yes.
correct.
To a new place.
Um,
Yep.
I wanted to ask you, well, we can talk about this offline, I guess, but the presentation for Monday. For those joining us, we're doing a presentation, with the Deerfield Finance Committee, Select Board, et cetera. You're all like a million titles now.
Yeah,
For just talking about this, what it would entail cost wise, the benefit. So I have our cost analysis, that is 5:30 on Monday.
thank
And
you.
are we near the beginning of that agenda?
That's-
No,
they
we're a
usually start
few-
at 5.
Huh?
They usually start at 5, right?
Julie told me it was 5:30.
They're starting at 5:30?
Yeah,
Oh, and we're further along in the
we're,
meeting then?
we're a little
Okay.
bit down the
Okay,
agenda.
all right,
Okay,
But the biggest piece there is, this is also an opportune time for those who want to voice their opinions or concerns to attend this meeting.
Yeah.
If they would like to remotely
Please.
or in
yes,
person.
and talk about,
And talk about what what their concerns are, whether they're in support or not support, and to talk about their experiences if they attend center. Because I will tell you, most of the people who have a no in their vocabulary have never stepped foot in our center for our activities.
Yep.
Or they would prefer it to stay where they were comfortable with it, and distance wise. But the staff and I have put together the value that would be gained
oh, good,
of
good.
of having one location. So we'll go over that, but just somebody.
And honestly, it's not just that you're in one location.
No.
Here, we're in one, you're in one location, but just all our programs, having
I-
programming in one place. And I feel like for the existing program, you could fit that in even to a smaller portion of the building.
Yeah.
But having extra space and be able to expand to the programs we know
Yeah.
people want and need because we have the needs study.
The other thing on that is we would be able to offer a class on each floor if we needed to in one space, where here we can only do one at a time, where we can have coexisting things. As well as privacy is a huge concern when we have everyone come in and meet with the nurses. People don't want to always meet with the nurse because it's like, oh, hey, what are you talking about? Because it's out in the open.
oh, for sure. No,
and then-
yes.
I would tell you, my time would be used much more efficiently because I would have a door that I could close when I need to do reports or other things.
Yeah.
And Chris would be able to meet with staff or seniors privately. And then Tom would be able to make phone calls without drums, in the background.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
right now
Yeah,
we've been
yeah.
using the basement, but this time of year it's very cold, so
Yeah.
it's been really hard.
Yeah.
So, but those are some the key
Right,
pieces.
no, good, I'm glad the staff is gonna
Yes,
have
because
that for input for us.
the biggest thing is, they do their job every day to the best of their ability, and how would it benefit them to do it? What would they do
Well,
Yeah,
better
and honestly, how will it benefit us that they can do their job better?
Yep.
And,
and more efficiently?
and the
Yep.
seniors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, what
so
else we got?
the
Yeah.
291 formula, that's the
It
state.
is, we can
Um,
do that.
yeah.
We
that
talked
one-
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You don't usually vote on it, but I
Right.
like to have you see it.
Yeah.
I did cut the office supplies down, the event supplies, and a couple other things.
Yeah,
To make that happen there.
Okay.
And then the other item on the agenda are the community forums, which are coming
yeah,
up.
yeah,
What dates?
So I'll give you a flyer,
oh,
so we have it accurate.
Nice. yeah. I got the
Um,
first one on
January 15th, which is next Thursday. Save a space in the calendar.
Yeah, that's at 5. Where is that?
Clock,
Oh.
it's here.
I've got a 6:30 meeting, but okay,
Got a
I'll make it
meeting?
work. Make it work.
Yeah,
So,
well, I don't know if we need all three listed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I don't
Right.
think, Dan, are you coming on the January 15th meeting? For some reason, I didn't think you could make it. Or were you?
Yeah, 15th, what's that? That's Monday. That's the Monday one? No,
No,
Thursday.
Thursday at 6.
Thursday. Yeah, I'm trying to come to that. Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, and then. February-
So that's gonna be our first community forum. We've been, showcasing that, February 3rd
Is it
is
one
gonna be
meeting?
at Deerfield Town Hall in the main room at 1 o'clock. We figured we could, accommodate
Yeah,
people or something
Right,
there.
right.
Tuesday, February 10th is gonna be at 1:30 at the Sunderland Public Library in their community room. We had a really great, that space is wonderful.
Yeah.
But you can only fit
It's
so
a
many
great
people.
space, yeah.
And then Wednesday, February 18th at 1, the Whately Town Hall, the auditorium upstairs. We're gonna be doing that. And then we'll probably
Yeah.
do some more after these, because the annual
Yep.
town meetings do not take place
Right.
until,
Yep. We'll
Is it
need
May
more,
11th?
We get more
When-
data.
Dan, when is Sunderland's annual town meeting? You're in April, right?
Yeah, I think so. I should know the date, but I don't have it at the top of my head. Huh?
Sometimes Carol knows that. So, but I believe it's at the end of April is typically when it is.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, great. And then Deerfield's May 11th, and then Whately, did you determine when yours is yet, Joyce?
Yeah, I think it's the June 10th.
Oh.
It's early, it's late,
Late.
it's late, but
So,
I don't think Whately's the town we have to worry.
yes, so I think the big thing is educating our community, so people know what they're getting for their dollar.
Yeah.
And what the seniors get, and it gives an opportunity to ask questions. If you have come to the previous community forums we've done, we're doing this differently, so you're not gonna hear the same repetitive information.
Okay,
You may learn what we do, but we're gonna talk about the benefits and the pros, cons of all of the opportunities available. And the cost of doing nothing, and what, if we do nothing, what are we
Us
doing?
doing nothing, yeah,
Yeah,
good. I hope there'll be one slide on that this has been going on for 3 years. We did the needs, we did the data, we did the
it's 4 years.
This is where we are.
Yep.
That doesn't have to be, we don't have to go through the needs assessment, we
No.
have to go through all those things,
We do a
but-
timeline though.
but a timeline would be really helpful, I think, for perspective. Cause I think that there will be a lot of people there who know that, but even for those people. Yeah, putting this into some perspective is good, and there may be some people who are new to the.
Well,
idea.
I think also the timeline, I will include, the previous, studies done in 2015, where people were
Yeah.
really excited about getting renovations or any space.
Yep.
And then even before then, just so that way,
Yeah.
people know that this has been
Yeah.
something.
But you
People
include
have been-
1978 on the timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
I can include that, that's
Mhm.
not a problem.
Hope we have some people in the audience that will remember.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Well, if I know they're on here, but I don't know if they'll attend.
Yeah,
But, so the community forums are coming up.
Yep.
And does anybody have any, do we wanna open it up for public comment at this
Sure.
point?
Is there any-
So-
for this meeting,
Yes.
yeah,
Or
I
you
think,
tell me what you
yeah,
think.
yeah,
You're the chair.
yeah. I would be happy to hear from folks. We've got 2 folks in the room and folks on Zoom, so I'm gonna ask the people in the room first. Do you all have anything you wanna add? Or,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm thinking positive.
yeah,
It goes through, just to get the vote through. How soon do we move into the 112 building?
oh, that's a very good question. So you're assuming that, like, lots of people come to participate in the meetings. And our finance committees, the select boards recommend the increased budget and that town meetings vote for it. That money becomes available July 1st. If the money's available July 1st, the owner thinks it's a matter of months to get the renovations done. So
It will
like,
move quickly.
really optimistically, I would, I don't wanna say September,
Right.
but probably October or maybe November is a little bit more realistic. because the kinds of renovations we're doing, nothing gets done like that. But they're not that, they're not that bad.
bringing in
We're not-
cement trucks.
we're not bringing in cement trucks, right?
But, isn't the process though, you have to officially put out an RFP?
Oh, we'll start that RFP,
Oh,
right, as soon as we're,
Yeah,
as
we
soon as we're
already,
able.
okay, so I just,
If we have-
there's a process,
Yeah.
and then. So I'm thinking maybe by October, November, Christmas, the latest,
Yeah.
In the interim, we can remain here.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, right,
We'll have to beg
I'm
and borrow.
assuming we'll have to talk with our current,
yeah, to talk with the landlord,
Landlord
see what he
about
has to say about that,
We'll have to do something.
To this budget.
yeah,
are you talking about this space? Yes, there will be, because that's already in our existing lease, so I'm assuming our,
Okay.
yeah. Our existing lease has a certain percentage, I have to look at the data, to go up,
Yeah.
so we're at $1,950 a month now. So it would go up, maybe $48 for the next.
Does that
Right.
factor into our 27 budget, because we'll still. be-
well, you don't have the,
We don't have an increase in here because I don't have this location, like, if this new location doesn't happen, that information is not there.
Is it here?
Is not here.
Yeah.
So in the other budget that I will be working on to have the comparison, I will have the rent increase for this location.
But even if,
We get there,
even
it
if we
won't-
get this one,
yep,
we're
it
still
doesn't
gonna
increase
need to.
until fiscal 28.
Oh, okay, I thought you said 27, it goes up,
No,
okay.
no, this space goes up in 27.
That's what I mean, we'll need that in 27, right, because we're still gonna.
Yes,
be
but
here.
this will be a full separate. Oh, okay, I hear what
We
you're
factor
saying.
both in, because we're even if we get it, we're
Yeah.
still gonna be here for a little while of
or yeah,
that.
if we're occupying two spaces,
So I'm just gonna save this and I can try to get this information, so we need to determine if we're paying that. As soon as the fiscal year starts or when the lease starts, all those things, but we need to have something signed in order for
Right,
anything to proceed.
I'm just
Right.
thinking when we budget, we just
Yeah.
wanna make sure we have a little bit of
Okay,
flexibility that we're still.
yeah, let's
up to
clarify that
five.
question, that's a
Mm-hmm.
good question to clarify.
budget increase.
Maybe
With
they'd like,
this
no,
space.
about it. Or if it's like free.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
This
so much,
space
so much
and-
is for free in this world.
But you know what?
I just say.
But here's the other
Nothing's
thing
free.
that needs to be considered too, like, what we pay here is less than market value for this.
Oh, yeah.
space. And that other space, if Delta Sand and Gravel didn't wanna do so much good for our community, they could have that out to the public and bring in other corporate entities at any point in time.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're taking this time going through this process
Very grateful.
shows that they care more about what's happening in our community than they do about making a dollar.
Yeah, we're going.
Or at least in my opinion at this
Very
point,
lucky.
Yeah.
because, market wise.
Yeah.
They could be making a lot more money,
Mhm.
cause they could have up to 3 different businesses in there, not just,
Yeah.
the town, so.
It's not convincing.
Okay, all
So
right, so
The-
Carol,
the other, yeah, sorry,
any questions from you?
I'm just trying to keep up with.
Oh, okay.
thank you for coming, I think it's important.
So folks who are on Zoom, I see, Fran?
It's not true about this, we would be to get the real information.
Yep,
yeah,
and
I
thank
always
you.
say that, and thank you so much for coming.
yeah,
Because so many people will come up to me and say this, I go, that's not true.
Mhm.
Well, I go, yeah, I'm involved in the discussions, that's not true, and people,
Yeah.
need to know that facts are important, not
Yeah.
just gossip and rumor.
right,
So thank you for saying that.
yeah,
It's important.
yeah,
Just
I
because it's.
don't-
yeah.
The only thing I would say is I'm trying to figure out a way to, and I don't know what to call it, but to get some poor group of people who get like the information first, who get at least. If they're hearing other people saying other things, can like.
Mm,
Down, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I nominate Carol and Mary Ann.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. The ones who come out at night.
Yeah, and,
Well, you know what, I'm happy to meet with you all, tell me when you wanna meet, we'll get together. And I can put together a
info
list and
fresh.
keep all of the updates going.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's it, I'm not sure how that would, what
Well-
the best.
well, it should be in public.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
So our meetings are probably good, and I'm guessing this season we'll probably meet more often than we
Yeah,
usually do.
for sure.
and. You are on the Council of Aging for Whately,
Yeah.
are you on the Council of Aging for Sunderland? But individual town councils on aging can get together and have meetings. And, you know, public meetings, and. I know you all need to do birthday cards, so I mean. There's different ways to do that as well, but we can also talk about it
Yeah.
and get that out
About it.
there and, you know, for people to do, but that's a great suggestion, thank you.
Well, seriously, because it bugs me.
Yeah.
Since the building on, Peltry Road.
Yeah.
And when we were going through there, you know, saying to people, so you'd rather have nothing than this.
Yeah.
What you're saying, and now it's like 3 years later, and oh yeah, we still have nothing.
I still have nothing, yes.
But,
Yep.
and that's really important, and one of the things that we're going to do for the community forum, and talk to me after if you'd like to participate, we're having some of the seniors. Who go to center, talk about how it benefits you as an individual who go.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah,
It means a lot for the finance committee to
Right.
hear it, select
Yeah.
boards to hear it. It
So
really does.
I'm not seeing a lot of people on Zoom who want to say anything, but I guess I would just want to summarize.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
but I just want to make sure people understand the process that,
Mhm.
say at some point we approve this budget to be submitted. That's not when the decision is made,
no,
right? The decision is made honestly at town meeting.
Yeah.
But if we really want it to happen, we want those warrant articles, those budgets to be recommended by each town's finance committee and each town's select board.
Yes,
We want those recommendations because almost nothing
Carries.
passes without both of those recommendations.
right.
And,
Those meetings are important.
and those meetings are really important. How would you convince your finance committee or your select board that this is important to you and that you think we should go to the trouble of funding it and finding the money in years like this when it's really difficult? And that is to show up for your finance committee meetings. Every public meeting has public comment.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's limited to like 2 minutes per person or something like, there's reasonable limits. But it doesn't even have to be the finance committee meeting where they're talking about the senior center
Right.
budget. It'd be any
Better if
finance.
it's not, just show up
Just
anytime.
show up and say, I just wanna say, I
Put
really
your cents in, yeah.
and put your 2 cents in. And you will be heard because very few people go to these meetings.
Yes,
Very few people go. And so sometimes it's hard for people on the committees to know what is important for your community.
right.
And they might be going on assumptions from previous years or so on,
Or
um,
something they heard.
or something they heard from, that might or might not be true. So I'm sort of bringing it back from town meeting back to, well, next Monday.
Yeah,
Next Monday, and the other thing about all these meetings is. If you can use Zoom, you can go. You can go to every single one from the comfort of your home.
yeah,
You can, if you can manage Zoom.
Yeah.
But it is more impressive
if you're.
when you actually show up in person.
oh, yeah, for sure.
And I know that's not always, cause it is often dark at that time, a lot of people.
Snow.
My mom doesn't drive at night anymore.
No,
She, not even in the bright sunlight, she won't drive at night, she doesn't drive in the day anymore. So sometimes it's hard to physically be there, but I think. Someone who struggles with technology, who manages to get on a Zoom meeting, I think that's something people notice.
yes,
Yeah,
know,
we do.
it's a nice option.
yep,
It's a nice, so showing up, whichever way you can show up. And I really like, Carol, how you're thinking about countering misinformation,
yeah. There'll be plenty of that.
that there'll be plenty of misinformation.
I do want to share, I know we're at public comment, so I don't, let's finish with that first, but.
Yeah, I think, Fran, do you have any public comment? Or Craig? Two members of the public I see on the Zoom.
Craig.
No, I'm
unmuted.
all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Fran,
No, I'm all set, thanks.
Okay,
Fran.
thank you, Fran.
um,
All right, then let's wrap this meeting up.
Yeah.
So-
Topic two, but go ahead.
yeah, no problem, you wanna talk about it first?
I just really quickly, I went to the Franklin, what was it called? It was at FERCog, but it's a, emergency management,
Uh-huh.
up at FERCog on Wednesday or something, I guess maybe it was yesterday. It was about, emergency plannings
Yeah,
in case of emergencies, and there's our Senate plan. And emergency management directors were there, fire chiefs, everybody, Board of Health. And it was a tabletop exercise about ice storm. Anything could happen, tornado, ice storm, whatever, but how the Board of Health and public health officials, what's their role in that? And what really came to me again is that we need like a list of people who's on oxygen at home, if their power goes out for 2 days, can they run their medical equipment? Do they need a generator?
In fire departments usually have that, do they not have updated info?
I don't know. So my question is like, I thought resource senior center, my thought was I would love to get somewhere where people through our senior center could like drop their information. They don't have to, just totally voluntarily. But if they have somebody at home that's recovering from a hip replacement or is whatever, or is just homebound or whatever it might be, might need some, just in case there's emergency, we would know where to go. Like, hey, if the power goes out and the phones aren't ringing and nobody, because everybody's got a cell phone now and not hardline, but we would want to go check in with them. So I know Triad gets a list together. I don't know if the senior center has one, but I thought of like,
Well, I
Making
have
sure.
I have an idea with that. So we have the opportunity, and I actually just emailed all three police chiefs this afternoon. There's an AARP community challenge grant.
okay,
I was thinking of partnering with and we can include fire as well, but my original thought proposal was getting purchasing items to do an emergency preparedness kit.
Yeah.
And getting those out for people who need them.
great.
I think the majority, like the high end is like 10 grand for the grant.
Yep.
But then there's also the potential for a SIG grant, service incentive for the next fiscal year, where we could go and apply for an MCOA grant where we do more mailings to ask people for that, but we could
Yeah.
also, I still might have some money in our budget where we could do that. We could also do a fillable form on our website.
I
or
think
the
just,
town's
yeah, I mean,
website.
we have emergency 911, reverse 911, we've got,
But
you
there
can sign up
issues
for
with
rave and.
that.
Some
What happened, something
people,
was hacked or something, I don't remember.
I'm not sure, it's been working for like town meetings and that kind of stuff, or texts come through and that, but I just think, it's just good every once in a while to just check in as people age and move on or move out of town or move into town.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that might need some service, if a generator to run something to keep them
Yeah, no.
okay? Like some
I think
people are on oxygen and you
Right.
can't get oxygen
Yeah.
to them, so.
right. I don't think that's a board of oversight.
It is not, but I
So-
wanted to
And-
mention it as far as your
Yeah.
talking with seniors.
Well-
Could we,
So when I worked with the military portion, FEMA was in our building, and there's different, when you bring everybody together who has a piece, like you did with your table, scenario. You can get everybody together and one person or one department takes on this, one
Yeah, yeah.
takes on that. So if we work together, that's not a problem to do that, so just,
all
you know.
right, just as you're thinking or
Yeah.
talking to people who might be and have a need, that's all.
Okay,
Okay, motion with adjournment. Oh, you had something else?
Yep,
Sorry.
There's something
I
else
just
on the
wanted to
agenda.
share, I just wanted to share that we received, multiple calls thanking us for, the holiday meals on December 25th.
yeah,
Great article on the paper.
Yeah,
I
it was a
think
great
they're a really good one.
That one.
I just wanted to share, we're trying to come up with a better way to maybe report because, it looked like two people who said they signed up.
Yeah.
Were somewhere off the list, but we are all human.
Yeah,
We delivered out of 98% or out of 100%, we delivered to 98 because we were missing 2 meals apparently.
oh,
So,
Oh.
but
I know
I
two
think-
people showed up at the end, but we had already given meals.
we had them delivered to EMS and
That's right.
police.
Yeah.
But the piece was, two people said they signed up with one of our staff. It was
Oh.
not me because the
Oh.
contact
Missed
was me.
somehow.
It
Oh,
was
Yeah.
missed somewhere. But
Yep.
every
Yeah.
year, so my thought process is next year, I'm gonna go home with 4 extra meals.
Yeah,
So when I get
so
those
when somebody
calls, I
calls,
now go.
that's a great
okay,
idea. 'cause
Uh,
brought 4 over to the South
Yeah,
County and
so-
then sent them to the police, so, yeah. we
So
can
I'm
certainly do
thinking
that.
we just need to have a buffer for
Yeah.
next year, so
Yeah.
if somebody calls me up and says, hey, I didn't get a meal,
And if not,
now I have. and
you can
forget.
have a turkey dinner at night.
I'm good at
Yeah.
that.
Well, you can call me, I'll come pick it
Now, the
up.
worst case, you give them to somebody the next day.
That's
Yeah.
right, absolutely.
But I'm thinking that's in
That's a
order
good
to have a
solution.
buffer, because, we're human,
Yeah.
something happens,
Something
and it's
happened.
almost every year.
And
something
last year it
happens.
was me messing up, that, somebody missed their meals because I missed
Oh.
it.
Well, you know what, there was 2 people who called, or someone called, it was my mistake, I actually cooked my ham, delivered it over, they were happy.
Oh,
And then we got another call around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, there are no more meals, I've got nothing, and I'm so sorry. But unfortunately, something gets missed, so if we
Yeah.
have a buffer of prepared meals, I
That,
think that's gonna be the biggest help.
And you can-
But 98% is pretty darn
Pretty
good.
good, okay, yeah, we'll work on that
Yeah.
for next
so,
time, yeah.
Yeah, and other than that, we got, so the cards, we got a couple donations for that, we put them in the gift fund and, but yeah, so. Community forum, we'll see you, for first of all, Monday at 5:30 in Deerfield for those who want to attend. At town hall or hybrid.
Yeah.
There's a different link than ours, I put that on the agenda.
Right.
Then there is, next Thursday, the 15th of January at the Frontier for our first meeting, for that. And then,
January
15th,
15th.
6 p.m. Frontier.
Yeah, there it is, it's right in
Yeah.
my calendar.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay,
So,
All right,
great,
motion to adjourn.
second.
you have to do roll call.
I gotta do a roll call,
'cause-
so, motion's been made and seconded. Let's do the roll call, start with Dan,
Yes, Dan Murphy.
Trevor,
Trevor McDaniel, aye.
Joyce, Palmer Fortune, aye.
Thank you all.
All right,
Have a
thank
good
you,
night.
everybody.
Thank
Thanks.
you.